And I'm going to talk about a few different haunted hotels.
Ooh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm excited.
Some of them are so close that I think we can do like a Blood Sisters on the road and stay some nights in some of these hotels.
I almost belched with excitement. Can we go?
Yes, I am all about it. Kind of like a Blood Sisters Investigates. Oh God.
A little spin-off.
It's happening. Okay. So the first one, Marable Caves Hotel, aka Hotel Hell in Manitowoc County. Now this hotel, one night, a guest of the hotel murdered all the other guests in their sleep. So of course it's haunted, right? The hotel is burned down 3 times now on the exact same day that the guests have died in their sleep, which is where it got its nickname Hotel Hell. People associate the fires with hell.
I associate Hotel Hell with the series.
Oh, yeah.
By Gordon Ramsay.
Shit, maybe that's where he got the inspiration from. I don't know.
He came to Wisconsin and said, Hotel Hell. That sounds excellent.
I like this. That guy is Satan himself. He's cute, though. But anyway. And there's also a rumor that if you look down the old well, which is now covered with flowers, you'll see a portal to hell. And if you look down long enough, it'll swallow you in. Now, there has been a reported ghostly image of a child on the second floor, and that child is to be believed to have died in the hotel. The remains of some of the bodies can still be found on the 3rd floor, but due to the current state of the building, you can't access that floor. It was demolished in 2013, very recent, by a windstorm, and the owner is getting sick of y'all. He like, dude, you have got to stop coming out here. It is unsafe. I'm tired of telling y'all that if you get hurt, it is not on me. But people have reported to this day still hearing screams in the basement.
Damn.
Now, this one is a lot closer. Iron Horse Hotel over on Florida Street. Have you heard about that?
Right over here.
Yes. And it's really nice and fancy.
Oh, we should go.
We should.
Do they have a bar?
Yes, of course. Any bar, any hotel that I suggest we stay at has a bar.
Okay.
So
I should have known.
I'm a bit of a drinker, guys. So this is one of the best hotels that we have in the city of Milwaukee. I'll go out and say it was a 100-year-old warehouse that they turned into a modern hotel. A hotel engineer reported feeling a ghostly hand push him up against the wall on the 6th floor. And in the basement, the staff still obsessed over a watermark that resembles a Native American woman. Now, depending on the weather, this watermark changes from a young girl to an old woman. In one of the known hotel rooms on the 2nd floor, guests have heard tapping on the window, footsteps crossing the room while they're sleeping. And now while we're still on hotels, let's talk about the Fister. Have you heard anything about the Fister?
Fister? I hardly know her.
Ba-dum-bum. I like that. I set you up good for that one.
You did. I was really excited as soon as you said that.
This hotel was built in 1893, and it has a reputation of hosting pro athletes, celebrities, and U.S. presidents. Many of the people have seen a man standing on the stairwell looking down, and they think it's Charles Fister himself overlooking the lobby from the beautiful staircase.
You're
right?
dead. Go to sleep. Don't quit going to work.
Okay. When I die,
that better
I'm
not
going
be
to
me.
work.
That
Unless
better
the
not
devil
be me.
sends me to work. So a man who stayed there reported hearing knocking at his door, but when he opened it, there was no one there. Now, when people would try to use their phone, there was static. When the same guy, I should say, tried to use his phone, it was static. It was disconnected. He couldn't call for help. His toiletry bag was emptied in the bathroom, and his items were just thrown all over the floor. The clothing that he sat out the night before was thrown at him in the middle of the night, and a figure pushed him down and laughed. Right. He laughed. This ghost is an ass. Now, the most hilarious story that I completely forgot about, because I heard about it, but I completely forgot about it until I researched this hotel again, is from May of 2019. 4 Florida Marlins, I think I'm saying that word right, I don't watch hockey, players got spooked so bad at the hotel that they ended up eventually, Marlins, they ended up sharing the same hotel room. They all had their own separate rooms, but they got so scared that they all just hunkered down and stayed together for the night.
Did they all stay in the same bed together and like cuddle and stuff?
Oh, that's a nice image. I don't know, but we're going to go with that rumor. So these Maryland players cuddled all night in one tiny bed. Now, of course, this story got picked up from different news outlets here, and that opened the doors for other athletes to share their terrifying story. Milwaukee former Brewers player Carlos Gomez reported hearing voices in his room. He had his iPod violently shaking and changing songs for no reason, and the TV was switching on and off. So Hotel Pfister, I think, may have some type of activity going on there.
Yeah.
And at the
Sounds
very
like it.
least, we can go and just get drunk
Yeah.
and talk to y'all.
Yeah.
Even
I've
if we
been there
don't see.
once. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's
really
schwanky.
nice. Yeah, I think I've gone in there like one time. I don't even know what I went in there for, but I was like, I can't afford this. Nope.
I remember being like, oh, I can get a cookie.
Right?
I'm gonna
One of
get
your
a cookie.
finest cookies, please. A tall glass of water from the tap. Lastly, Shakers on 2nd Street and Walker's Point. Really close to us.
Ooh. Yes.
Now, this place started out as a place that made barrels for Schlitz Brewing. From the early 1900s to 1923, it served as a coal and oil distribution house. And then it became a speakeasy with a brothel known as Hotel Frisco.
Frisco.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get frisky at Frisco.
Yeah, you know, it was a brothel, girl. And so when the Prohibition ended in 1933, a horrible time to be alive, might I say. Prohibition.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, outside of slavery, of course, but
We
horrible time.
would have had one of those bathtub bars.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. We've been selling stuff and risking our freedom. So it was turned into a tavern, and it has stayed that way since. Staff and customers have reported seeing the lights turning on and off by themselves, doors closing on their own, and figures popping out and disappearing. On busy nights, it is also said that more social ghosts will sit at the table with people, I guess just to kind of be nosy. Like you'll see actual figures, like shadows. And in the basement, they have their own ghost named O'Connor, who is very fond of rail whiskey.
Okay.
Now, if I become a ghost, I'm getting the top shelf shit. I'm not drinking rail whiskey.
Rail whiskey. That's his fave.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't
Well-
broke, don't fix it.
I mean, yeah. It's like, I feel like when you're a ghost, you're like frozen in time as like who you were before. So maybe you can't evolve as a ghost.
God, that was
Maybe you're just like, that's what I'm used to. That's what I like. I could never afford anything else. So in your mind, you're just like, the rail whiskey. Woo.
kind of like Sixth Sense thing when he didn't know he was dead until like
Yeah.
someone pointed out and he looked down like, what? I could have been drinking top shelf whiskey this whole time.
And again, he was still going to work.
Right? God, that's hell. Now, everyone from employees to delivery drivers, repairmen, they have darted up the basement stairs because of O'Connor. They've had employees leave the building and quit, and employees are now told to bring their phones with them when they enter the basement, just in case you need to call for help. Yeah.
Better have service down there.
Right? Now, there was an old walk-in cooler that's no longer being used because it would shut and click lock when staff would enter. This bar has a typical reportings of figures moving on their own, changes in temperature, a child ghost who likes to play tricks. When the bar opens up, often women would come out of the ladies' room and ask, who's that little girl? Now, of course, the workers had to tell them, we ain't got no children in here. Right. And she has been now given the name Elizabeth. And it's kind of sick, but they named a drink out of after little Lizzie Lou. It's called the Elizabeth's Raspberry Martini.
Oh?
Yeah.
Did
After
she
a
like
child who
raspberries?
died. I guess we're assuming so.
Or they just made it red to look like blood?
Ooh, I like that theory even better.
Okay.
It's kind of sad because it's a child. But anyway.
We have cuddling athletes and bloody martinis.
Yes.
We're just perpetuating rumors over here, folks.
Oh.
Go.
Check out these places in our city.
Shit.
And in the bathroom, little Lizzie Lou will knock on the stalls. She'll play with women's hair when they're sitting in the back room. And you can even see her little boots running under the door. I know. Now,
What's with kids liking to play with hair?
right?
I swear.
So gross. Hair, not kids. I mean, well, both. Two psychics who investigated reported in the 1850s that the land was an orchard that little Lizzie fell from a tree in, and she broke her neck and died. Yeah. There was an antique portrait of a baby that came along with the building, and employees now believe that that baby is Elizabeth. Now, a quick honorable mention is Ambassador Hotel on Wisconsin Avenue.
Oh?
Yeah, it's right across from the rave. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Now, you guys have driven by this hotel a million times. It's right in the center of Milwaukee, kind of, I would say. And this hotel used to be popping back in the day. Famous people used to go there to party. And most famously, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Went there to party.
Yes.
In his definition of party.
His definition of party. This was where Dahmer killed his first Milwaukee victim in room 507 and carried the body out of that room in a suitcase.
Right.
Now, of course, people have reported wanting to stay in that room because they have heard strange things happening. When Dahmer woke up, He saw the body of Stephen, his victim, hanging off the side of the bed. Guests have reported waking up and seeing their partners in similar positions. Like they go to sleep one way, then they wake up in this weird position on the side of the bed. Some people have even been woken up in the middle of the night and seen messages written in the mirrors. And in other rooms across this hotel, housekeeping has reported beds getting made and unmade. Yeah. So those are the hotels that we can pick to choose from, stay at.
Yeah.
And we can just always go to Shaker's just to have a drink.
Yeah, and have a cigar.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's the cigar bar. Right? It's like Shaker's Cigar Bar or whatever. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. I was going to go not too long ago, me and some of my family. We sat down. It was still summer and like they didn't have air conditioning in there. Ooh. They just had fans. And we're sitting in there sweating like.
They have to keep it hot in there for O'Connor and Lizzie.
This is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to keep it warm. Yeah. So that was cool, but it's really, really cool inside. It's pretty. And I think they do tours and shit too. So get a tour.